Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
I'm Shannon Ogden with the latest from Denver 7. The red flag bill is now on its way to Governor Polis, and he is expected to sign it into law. And the bill has been causing controversy all session long. 34 Colorado sheriffs oppose it and say they will refuse to enforce it. The measure gives judges the power to remove firearms from people deemed a threat to themselves or to others. 10 other states have similar laws. Denver 7's Megan Lopez is at the Capitol with why the fight over the red flag bill is still not over.
I move for the repassage of House Bill 1177 as amended.
With 2 last votes and a slam of the gavel, the so-called red flag bill passed out of the House for a final time today, now heading to the governor's desk for his approval. It allows courts to remove a person's firearms temporarily if they're deemed a safety threat to themselves or others. For Democrats and the bill's supporters,
this was a monumental day. Colorado really took a step forward in protecting the public.
But for Republicans,
it's a bill about gun confiscation.
The bill is still a contentious topic. That opposition is echoed here in the halls of the state capitol and in more than 30 counties that have passed resolutions opposing it.
Counties are in open rebellion against this tyrannical, law.
After the governor signs it, courts will have the rest of the year to figure out how to implement it before it goes into effect on January 1st.
Today, I think, represents 2 years of a lot of work.
But already potential backlash.
The question really becomes, will voters start to recall their legislators?
And questions about whether there will be lawsuits.
There are people all over Colorado who oppose this bill, don't agree with it, and see constitutional concerns.
Lawsuits on both sides of the bill.
I can see maybe the proponents of this, maybe suing the counties to make them enforce it.
Democrats say they're not scared of either.
The sort of fear tactics and intimidation tactics that came from one extreme side of the spectrum didn't work.
And while the battle over the red flag bill may be finished, the fight is far from over.
Lives are going to be saved because of this legislation.
I think it's a war on the rest of the state of Colorado, not just rural Colorado.
And we don't know when the bill will be signed by Governor Polis, but I promise we'll keep an eye out and we'll let you know. It's been a long time coming, but finally the G line is ready to open. RTD revealed the long-delayed line will begin accepting riders April 26th. And stores at Old Town Arvada say this is a sign hopefully the business could soon pick up. It also brings an end to the loud, annoying testing.
I think that's going to be great. I was just in San Diego, and they've got a light rail system that's, I'll say is very polite compared to this one. Everybody's still warned, everybody still knows a train's coming, but it's borderline obnoxious, especially in the testing that they've been doing, where it's, every 5 minutes all day long. It's, you get to the point where you don't hear it anymore just because you become so used to it.
I live within walking distance, but I'd love to utilize it to go downtown, catch a Rockies game, go to a concert.
The G line will be free for the first 2 days, and RTD is expecting 9,000 passengers every day. New technology to pinpoint gunshots fired in downtown Denver. On Monday, the City Council will vote whether to expand the Shot Spotter system to North Capitol Hill and to downtown. Shot Spotter triangulates where the shots came from and theoretically anyway, finds the location. It's already in place in Northeast Denver. The expansion is going to cost about $100,000. DNA testing on hold at the Aurora crime lab. Forensics teams won't be able to start testing samples until the end of the year. They're currently waiting for certification. Now, the center helps criminal investigations for Arapahoe County, Douglas County, and Aurora City. It will eventually help cut down on a massive backlog at the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. We're keeping the federal government out of the pot industry in Colorado. Congresswoman Diana DeGette introduced a bill today that would prevent the federal government from enforcing marijuana laws in states where marijuana is legal. It also allows states to tax and regulate the industry without the threat of federal intervention. Vandalism targeting veterans. The VFW post in Bennett reached out to Contact 7, and it's now picking up the pieces after vandals struck there over the weekend. Here's Denver 7's Russell Haythorne.
VFW Post 8449.
It's a military fraternal organization.
Here to serve all those who served.
It's a place for the veterans to come. We've got members that are suffering from and being treated for PTSD. Veterans help veterans. There's no doubt about it.
But recently, it's become a target.
We've just had some vandalism going on in the town. There was bricks and rocks up on the roof, pieces of the sign broken.
Someone destroyed the decades-old sign out front. Vandals hit the park next door, too.
It's just sad. There you go.
For Air Force vet Robert Quinn, it's emotional.
Yeah, I get a little choked up about it, but it bothers me as a citizen to have our community damaged by kids and adults, young adults that don't seem to care.
A place that has hosted countless events since World War I.
7th Marines in 68 and 69.
Vietnam vet Dan Goodnight serves as the chaplain. He oversees a lot of those events.
Funeral receptions and weddings. We try to do everything we can for the community.
And while the recent vandalism stings,
it's just a real slap in the face.
The community response is comforting. The fire department showed up to remove the broken pieces from the sign, and the support on Facebook has been overwhelming.
Almost 200 people like that page that have never responded before.
A small town with a big heart.
We've all proudly served, and this is where we gather.
Russell Haythorne reporting. If you have something you ever want the Contact 7 team to investigate, please don't hesitate to call or text the number on your screen there. Or if you would rather, send us an email at contact7@thedenverchannel.com. Nearly 6 years later, and we're still cleaning up. And work began Monday on a project to finally widen sections of Highway 72 in Jefferson County, that same road that washed away by the 2013 floods. CDOT says the stretch needs new guardrails and better drainage to prevent this from happening again, and you can expect construction through the summer of next year. Well, you can now make reservations to visit popular Hanging Lake. The spot has been flooded with tourists, and now you have to get a permit to visit. That costs $12 per person. It includes, though, a ride to and from the hiking trail. We have more information on that on thedenverchannel.com. And on to your First Alert Weather Center. Much quieter than last week. Sure, a couple of bumps in the road, but it's perfect spring week here in Denver. Now, this has been your Denver 7 On Demand update. Thanks for checking us out. We'll have another one later for you. Please check it out again and download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. I'm Shannon Ogden.